The complete dissatisfaction of my physique is what has kept me going. I feel like I should have muscle. It feels like it suits me.
Sit. That's it.
So I was literally bedbound for a good 3 weeks.
How low did you get in that period?
That's not a good time. It's the over-sexualisation of it that irritates me. So I have a little giggle to myself about it. But pretty much every time I see Zack, I'm like, Zack, are we going to see Olympia?
Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of the Pro Series, episode number 11. My second female guest, Sophie Jenkins, 2025 Olympia qualified. Very excited to have Sophie on the channel. Fellow strong athlete, so we have been, friends for a while. And just to kind of wind it back, and a good start to the interview is when I first saw Soph, which was NABBA Britain. You reminded me of the year, I couldn't remember, 2019.
Yeah.
And I like, obviously we spoke in the gym, but I don't think we got it on camera, about Soph's slightly disappointed and frustrated result there. But I can specifically remember seeing Soph on stage and that, like the shape, the uniqueness of your look. And I think that buried you in that show, the fact that you were so hard to judge. You're just so different.
Yeah.
But to see you sort of develop, reach your potential, and the shape you're in now is fucking amazing. So thank you for being on the channel. And we'll get straight into, I suppose, the start. It's a good place to start, isn't it?
Yeah.
What got you into bodybuilding? Why? Why bodybuilding? And kind of, the first, the lead in.
Good question. I never really know how to answer this. Kind of by accident, I guess.
Okay.
So I've always done a lot of sports growing up. Loads of sports, and then probably from the age of about 16 I kind of stopped.
Okay.
Just had other interests, partying and
boys and life.
Didn't really do much exercise, but I'd always done a lot of especially track and field.
Okay, yeah.
So 100 metres, hurdles, and then when I kind of got to my early 20s I was like, right, I want to get in shape. I'd always kind of stayed in kind of decent shape by not exercising, but when I got to my early 20s I was like, okay, I want to just look a bit better. My first port of call was, let's get back into athletics, because I enjoyed that. So I went and joined the local city athletics club. Thought I could just turn up and be like,
back to where you were.
Rock up, even though I've not exercised for 5 years. Setting world records again. Didn't quite work like that. So I was like, okay, I need to go to gym and get a bit fitter. So I joined a local gym and then never went back to athletics.
Okay.
I just, one of the PTs there put me through a gym induction on how to use the machines and weights, and I was just like, this is cool.
Okay.
This is a bit of me, this.
What was it about that?
I don't really, honestly, I don't really know. I think I'd always just felt it felt right. And one thing as well that I never got was, and I've worked with coached a lot of girls and women over the years who feel quite uncomfortable or intimidated when they first go into kind of a gym environment, especially a male gym environment, kind of like that. I don't remember feeling any of that. I just felt at home. I was just like, this is just, this feels right. I feel like I should have muscle. It feels like it suits me. I felt like it kind of suited my personality, and it just felt right. So I got pretty hooked onto it. And then at the time, I met someone who I ended up in a relationship with for about 4 years, who was already a competitive bodybuilder. So it just kind of naturally happened from there.
You're around that environment a lot more.
So I ended up doing a show literally I think 18 months after I joined the gym.
Okay. What category was that?
Figure.
Okay, straight in.
Straight in at figure. And I was tiny, but I just never felt drawn to the bikini class. So I thought I'd rather be a small figure girl and do a class that feels...
I think even with just your shape,
I don't see anything else.
Your waist is minuscule, and you have that X frame. I can imagine even when when we talk about there, the future, your downsides, you're still going to have your bone structure there. That probably is going to look, very, very suitable.
And they're probably, when I first started out, maybe I could have done bikini, from a muscle perspective, but I didn't feel like it suited
It's what attracts people though, isn't it? I've had clients who have being exactly the same. They should probably do bikini, but they like
figure.
The look of figure, and
I
they like
to do a routine. I wanted to have the overhead
the poses.
I was just much more brought to it, and I felt felt like and still feel like it is a lot less sexualized as well than the bikini class, which I just it just never really kind of appealed to me. So I was just like, figures for me. And then obviously did that first season, so this was like 2016, end of 2016. Got some good feedback about my shape, but I just I needed a lot more muscle. So then I took literally like 2.5 years off until that year.
19, okay.
2019, wow. Yeah. So
that's commitment straight away, because to know that you like it enough to want to do it, but you want to do it better.
Yeah.
That demonstrates quite a lot of.
Yeah, I can't remember who. Someone said to me, said, just go away for a few years and come back and like shock people. Yeah. And I was like, I just had that in my head.
I know that wasn't long ago, but like, I'm going to say back in the day, that's like what people did. Whereas I think now that's lost a lot. It's like year, every 6 months, people are like, I need to get back on stage. I remember like I took 2 years off between my first. And that served you well, because like obviously I saw you on stage and was like, Jesus, that's
so that 2019 was that was the year where I was like, okay, I can do this shit. Yeah, I can be good at this. So I did a couple of PCA shows, won the NABBA North East, and then went into the NABBA Britain. Yeah.
Full of hope. 6th place, but she's on the Olympia stage, so fucking hell.
Still butthurt about the 6th place at the NABBA Britain.
And then from there, did you then take 2 years to 2021?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dan, who was coaching me at the time, he'd kind of planted the seed about turning pro in my head by this point. And I was just like, what? In fact, one of the first times I checked in with him that year, he said to me, it might have even been the first time I went to see him in person, and I posed for him, and he looked at me and he said, you're going to be at the Olympia by 2025. That exact year. So he kind of planted to see that I could turn pro, and then that was what I had in my head then. So it's like, right, that's the next goal, is go over to IFBB and try and win my pro card. And then obviously there was like COVID and stuff, so things got delayed, and then I ended up prepping throughout there was a lot of lockdown actually in 2021, and I think I had 8 weeks back in the gym before that regional in 2021. Yeah.
And we did that together. I'm sure I did. Was it?
It's usually the June.
I did. What was it? The Mecca? Because I think we did that.
Might have been actually.
You won the overall there. I won the overall there.
June 2021.
Yeah. You then, because then the pro qualifier was 8 weeks.
I had 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was a rough 8 weeks.
You managed to hang on, and you won your pro card. And I think I came like 5th.
It was rough though, that 8 weeks. That was, I learned the hard way from that.
That one was one of the few shows that really kind of humbled me in terms of like, shit, maybe I'm not ever good enough.
It was a long 8 weeks is a long time when you're in stage.
I massively shouldn't have done that show and just should have.
There was one in July, and I think, why didn't I do that? I know. You live and learn though. Like I'd never do an 8 week gap now.
But that's a pretty epic turnaround then. So one regional as a amateur IFBB, and then second show you pro, and then pro debut season 23.
And then I set my disc.
Okay, she's carried on smashing it all the way through. Okay, so 2 weeks later you said. Setback. 2 weeks later you said that.
Yeah, so literally like 2 weeks. So 2 weeks after I set my disc, 2 weeks after I won my pro card, I set my disc. That was not a good time.
How did you do that?
That was not a good time. Warming up on the hack squat.
Okay.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah. It's always like the stupid shit, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think like there was so many little things that could have played a part. I mean, obviously I've got spinal issues, but like just things like, obviously I was 2 weeks post show, so I was lean, I was delicate, I was training fasted, which is something I wouldn't ever usually do. It was very out of the ordinary for me. I can't remember why I was, but I was. And I think I'd had an off plan the night before, was probably a bit dehydrated. Like there's all these little things.
Yeah, just shitstorm, just gathering.
Yeah. So I was literally bedbound for a good 3 weeks. Couldn't even put like my feet on the ground. Couldn't shower myself. It was horrendous.
On that, mentally, how low did you get in that period, and what kind of kept you, because there's some people who go, fuck it, this is too much, and that's like, we spoke about risk reward, is the risk, what's the reward moving forward? It's like, how bad did it get, and how did you get yourself and keep yourself moving forward and be like, I'm gonna fucking use this pro card and do something with it?
So the initial bit, even though that was the most painful bit, mentally I was like, because I'd had quite a few like back issues before, I was like, oh, it'll just get better.
Just another one,
It'll just get better. Yeah, it's just a really bad one. This will get better. It was the longer term, and as I started to realise, oh shit, this is not getting better. And like even just day-to-day stuff like car journeys within 5 minutes, agony.
Yeah.
So I think it was, so that was in August 2021. By the time February 22 came round, I think I kind of actually put a post together and I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna risk putting my body through this anymore. I know when, you know, I need to stop. Yeah. So I'd mentally like, right, I'm done. Couldn't get my leg training back to where it needed to be. Legs had always been a big, especially like quad and hamstrings, always a big focus for me to bring up. And I just thought, I'm never going to be able to get my leg training back to where it was. Anyway, time heals a lot of things. So by the time the end of that year came round, I was in a pretty good position. Not training how I used to be able to train, but being able to train with enough intensity to grow tissue on my legs.
So throughout that period, obviously if you checked out mentally...
Oh, absolutely.
Like, but you carried on training?
A bit.
Okay.
Yeah, upper body.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of muscle though. I did lose a lot,
And then, so then by the end of the year, you were like, actually, I can still make a go of this.
Yeah.
So you sort of come round.
And that was purely off finding the right help.
Okay.
And that's one thing, even though mentally I was like done with competing, I was still in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And I still wanted to be able to exercise. So I was still actively being like, right, going to this person, right, that hasn't helped, go to this person, look up this treatment. And I was just constantly like, someone's got to help me. And eventually, like the combination of those, the right people and things got me in a much better position. And I was like, right, I feel like I'm in a place where I can build my muscle back, build my legs back or whatever. So that's when I was like, right, I'll do a little off season, and then went into a prep for 2023 for my pro debut. And I was like, all I want to do is pro debut season, and then I'm done.
Okay, and on that,
it's like, I'm like the boy who cried wolf. I really am.
I think you're someone who, like, when I've seen maybe things on social media and I've spoken to you, you're your biggest critic, and you're not necessarily the most confident, I would say, in your own ability, which is crazy.
It's terrible.
Because I think like anyone would look at you, like Dan looked at you when he first saw you, I looked at you in 2019, and would be like, this girl's got everything she needs. Now I like that mindset. I know some people are like, oh, it's a bit defeatist, it's a bit whatever, but I think like it actually,
that's where I am though.
It like, pushes you to like,
that's what's driven
continue to do what you need to do.
The complete dissatisfaction of my physique is what has kept me going. Like, not good enough, not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good, and just like, that's what has constantly kept me going.
And then you step on stage in 23, and I've got them down here, it's a bit of research. Arizona, 6th place at your debut. Then a 3rd place.
Peaked myself for that one.
Peaked myself for that one.
Peaked myself for that 3rd place.
But I mean, even like top 6 in your pro debut is unreal. Like, so I suppose, like you said, in your head, pro debut season, and then happily walk away. But a couple of good results. And obviously
it was that second show. Because it, one, it was a 3rd, and 2, it was 3rd too. That I was like, right, okay, like I've come 3rd to Jess Padea, who was like 2nd at the Olympia. It's like, right, okay, so right, could I give it one more go? And then I came back to the UK and I thought about it for a while, and then I had about 5 or 6 consultations with different coaches, trying to find like the right person to work with. And then I went with Zack, and that was just like game changer. Like total, has just been the biggest game changer for me mentally, physically. And he's just, propelled me forwards mentally with that. And that was always the goal, obviously. Like, it was, right, I said to him, I'm going to do these 2 shows. If I don't qualify at these two shows in April, I'm not going to spend the year flying around the country, flying around the world trying to qualify. It's these shows, or and so I was meant to be doing another one. But I was like,
one hit wonder. Why fuck about?
I said, Zack, I was like, I'm going to book a flight home. I'm not doing it.
Like, at the end of the day, what more is there to achieve? Like once you've got that qualification, you can get a bit of prize money and stuff.
I don't want to be out in the States on my own, spending loads of money.
Yeah, it's stressed on the body, and like, you know, if you know that then the O is the one and done, you want to put yourself in the best. You want to get home.
Come home and celebrate with friends and family, not be on my own and peaking again for another show. So decided to just come back.
And how amazing was that feeling?
I don't think it's registered yet, to be honest.
Because I mean,
ask me like next year.
I still like grin when I think about winning my pro card.
This is what I'm like. This is what I say to people. I'm like, I'm still stuck in that. Like, I'm still stuck in that. Like,
you've got so much to look forward to. How good are you? How when that sinks in and when you're there.
Yeah.
Oh man, like
sometimes like, I have a little giggle to myself about it. But pretty much every time I see Zack, I'm like, Zack, are we going to see Olympia?
Literally,
like, yes, so.
Literally the pinnacle of our sport, the best in the business.
I just like keep thinking I'm going to wake up and it's going to be some massive prank. Yeah. It's just going to be a big prank.
Yeah. No, honestly, like absolutely.
So it'll be a crazy few months.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what else did I? So that's kind of just gone quite nicely organically, actually.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the questions we sort of like covered. Let's talk a little bit about Zack, because I feel like Zack gave you a new lease of life.
Yeah.
I think from an enjoyment, like again, Instagram and social media can be convoluted and you can't always kind of see the full picture, but certainly the time I've been following you, when you started working with Zack, there was suddenly like an excitement for bodybuilding which wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like what's and like I see this a lot with Zack's clients, and like, obviously I've met Zack, I know Zack, I'm friends with Zack, but like what just was the thing?
You won't, like you genuinely won't find anyone that's been coached by him that doesn't just think he's like the best thing ever. Like he's just mint. I think like he's so invested. So like it's difficult to not want to do your best for someone when they're so invested.
Okay.
That's definitely a big thing, but he's local.
Yeah.
And being able to see him, especially throughout that off season, like every single week we were training together and we were training him back, which was the thing I needed to bring up. So we kind of broke down all those movements like the very first time we trained together. And that was a game changer. So I was like, oh right, okay, like this is how it should feel. It's something I've struggled with for a while. But yeah, being able to see him in person, like he's just on my wavelength. He approaches bodybuilding how I do. Yeah. He's a bit old school. And you know, when we were talking about off season and like how I would always do my own off seasons, he was like, I'm like, cool. Like that, he works with me. Teamwork rather than like dictatorship. Like 100%.
Cool.
So yeah, that was definitely a good choice on my part.
Without a doubt. Now the Olympia is the one, and is that the one and done for sure?
Yeah, no one believes me though. Well, because I'm the boy who cried wolf. I get it. I've said it so many times that
well, I know, like when I said like I was done, people were like, oh, you won't. But like for me, there was like such a, I don't know, like I knew. That, and like, do you think like?
I felt like this last prep for my qualifier was different. Mentally for me, like. Because
you know the end is coming.
It was more just like there was quite a long phase in my competitive career, like, you know, like 2019 prep, 2021 prep, even 2023 prep, where I was just like tunnel vision bodybuilding. Like nothing else is as important as bodybuilding. And then like, as I've kind of, you know, over the years, especially these last couple of years, it's more just like, I don't want to use the word begrudged, but there was just times during prep where like those sacrifices, I'd be like, whereas before I wouldn't care. Like it's bodybuilding. Whereas like there'd be some times in this prep where I'd be in the gym like on a Saturday, the weather's really nice and I'm training, I'm thinking, I don't want to be.
It's time to realise, not resent it, but like,
with my dog. Like, do you know what I mean though? Like that's actually truly what it's about my life values and it's about how I want my life to look. So there's a few kind of lifestyle things, a few health things that I don't want to keep putting my body through the harshness of the prep, especially as a female. It's just like I was just absolutely knackered this last prep, and it's just very hard on your body for anyone, but especially as a female. So there's a few health things, a few lifestyle things. And I just feel...
It's growing up, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And like you say, it's realising, and it took me a long time to realise bodybuilding wasn't the be all and end all, and there was life, and there was a lot more to life. Yes. I think when you start seeing that, like you said, it does, you don't give bodybuilding any less, especially when you're committed.
Yeah.
But you start looking forward to the opportunity too.
Absolutely.
And okay.
Yeah.
So what does?
I've had one arm out for a while. Put it that way.
That's very much how I was like, I'm doing everything I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it my all, but like.
But I know what
like a 5% of my brain that is not, like you said,
I know what my life
it's not locked in.
How I want it to look next year. Yeah.
And so post Olympia, you smash it, you have a great time, you finish on a high, and what does that then, the next chapter, so to speak, look like?
In terms of like my training and things like that.
In terms of everything, in terms of life, like honestly, like I just want to, like
just a kind of general.
Like what do you see? Like I hate the thing about where do you see yourself in a year from now, but like kind of that, like.
I think like a lot. I was spoke to quite a few people about this because they're like, do you think you'll cope like without that identity? And I'm like, generally, because I do feel like I'm different to a lot of bodybuilders where it isn't my only interest. It isn't I'm not just Soph the bodybuilder. I've got so many other interests and like things about me that there will be that loss, that loss of that identity. But there's just so many other things I want to have the time and energy to kind of do. And
also not feel that sort of guilt or like oh, I should be doing this full tilt.
And a big thing for me is like visually as well. Like I don't get me wrong, like I like the figure look and I'm really pleased with like the progress I've made. But day to day, I don't want to walk around like this anymore with my upper body. So like moving forwards, I'll always train and focus on like my lower body. I want to be able to do a lot more outdoor stuff. Like in my off season, like I love going hiking. But then it gets to like, prep and I'm like, one, it's not worth the risk. But two, it's like at the end of a diet, I don't.
You've got all the energy to, you get halfway and you go, I'm done.
Even walking the dog's hard, I'm not going up a mountain. So just having time for more kind of like outdoors kind of things. And I would say more flexibility with food, but I don't actually think I'll eat that different to how I would in an off season.
No,
I'm always flexible in my off season.
I said this earlier actually to someone, is like,
I don't think I'll eat that different.
You've got like, to survive you need to eat. If you're accustomed to eating a certain way that it works and you enjoy, then like you're not going to change it. Like you need to eat food, so like I think people are like, oh, you eat, like why would I go off and eat loads of shit that I don't actually like that bothered about?
Yeah, this is the thing, and like I'm a foodie and I do love shit food, but I know that if I eat that all the time,
you get sick of it pretty quick.
It's like you come back off holiday, you can't wait just to eat some chicken and rice.
Like, fresh food.
But so food-wise, I don't think I'll eat that different. I think it's more just, I think the exercise kind of things that definitely drop down my upper body size and just kind of focus on lower body. But I just want a nice peaceful life in the countryside. That's what I want.
I think we're quite similar like that.
Just want
people are dogs over people. Nice quiet life.
I've been waiting for my house to sell for quite a while, so that's kind of like the next step for me is getting a new place with some land and basically just collecting animals.
Oh, nice.
Runner ducks, goats, maybe Shetland pony at some point.
We'll do a Pro Series follow-up where we just come and play with the farm. That sounds way more fun. That really, really does.
But that's how I want my future to look, basically.
It sounds good for sure. So coming towards kind of the back end now of this, just double checking I haven't missed anything juicy that I wanted. Oh, actually, there's something you mentioned there about the day-to-day look that you currently have, right? As a female, and in a society that is extremely judgmental and fucking idiots, how do you find that?
Hilarious.
Okay.
I find it funny.
Do you notice, like, obviously online people are very happy to be trolls and keyboard warriors. Do you ever get anything like in person?
Negative?
Yeah.
Not to my face.
Okay.
No.
Online?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit, maybe. Very occasionally.
Because I was getting, like, I suppose for you, like you are, like when I go on your socials, like a lot of, I love your stories because I just get to see birdie and countryside.
Dogs.
So
like you came here for bodybuilding.
No, mate.
Tough luck. It's me in a field again.
So you generally found like not too many sort of negative-y
No, if anything,
things.
it's the opposite. Yeah. It's the over sexualization of it that irritates me.
Okay.
But in terms of like being in the gym, I don't think that I've ever I don't think I've ever had anything negative.
Yeah, no, good. That's what we like.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, I dread to think what goes through some people's heads when I'm walking around Tesco's after I've been to the gym. People stare.
Yeah.
People stare, but I just think, well, of course they're gonna.
And you also like, I don't know, I'm so immune to it now. Like,
when you're tall as well, there's no hiding.
Me and Yvette will go out and she'll be like, everyone's looking at you, and I'm like, are they looking at me or are they looking at you? Because you're pretty fucking hot as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just a big old hairy freak.
I just ignore it.
I think you get to a point where you just don't
my
really
friends will say to me
it.
like, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
get a knife or whatever.
But yeah, you can't. There's no hiding when you're tall. You really can't. It's just you just got to own it. You just go, this is what I look like. Get over it. I think when you're in that kind of environment where, like, for me, I'm either at the gym. Or I'm at home on my own, or I'm on social media. So there's bodybuilders kind of constantly around me in my head, and then I kind of like forget. I go out into like the general public, and I'm like, oh, they're not used to this.
Oh, people are normal and average. That's strange.
Like I'll hop out my truck and there's about this 6 foot like blonde bodybuilder. Like, what? You just got to own it.
You do become desensitized, don't you? I think.
You just got to own
especially with everyone. Amazing. Right. Last main question. This gets asked to everyone. What does success mean to you? Open-ended.
Okay. Oh, is it open-ended? Can I not give the question back?
Give the question back?
Like, can I refine the question?
You can refine the question.
Right. Are we talking bodybuilding, or are we talking like just generally? Because that's a big difference to me.
I imagine the bodybuilding one will be quite a short answer compared to the open-ended one.
Yeah.
So what does success mean to you in bodybuilding?
Okay. What I've achieved now, to be fair.
That's what I thought.
More than, I've achieved more than I've.
It's kind of an easy one for you because
I've achieved way more than I've, like, just beyond what I imagined I would.
Especially, like I said, given your mindset and like not being negative towards yourself, but that confidence.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope that, like, and I'm sure, like you said, you're still processing the pro win, so I'm sure in like, 3-4 years time you will sit back and
just burst into tears one day.
It's like mid Tesco shop. I'll fucking went to Olympia.
Probably.
No, because that So then the bigger one, the more intricate. What does success mean to you in life?
Okay, so like to me personally. I think just like creating a life and a day-to-day that just makes me happy, which I guess is what I'm kind of working towards now. It's just like, I just want a nice peaceful life in the countryside with some animals and just have the financial freedom to just be happy, I guess. Spend as much time outdoors as I can and have good family and friends around me.
It always comes down to the, I just like that question because it's the same core values. But obviously, you being an outdoorsy person, like the animals and stuff there and creating that life, and it does sound like a damn good life.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that if we had more land, we would probably be doing that. But I'm quite happy with just the 3 dogs.
Three dogs is a lot though.
They're only little pint-sized things. Right, so last question. This is something that, so I get the previous guest to ask a question. I write it in the book. I'm not actually sure Alex wrote his because this book's a bit of a mess. I think I remember his. This is great.
That'd be good.
This is great content.
Alex.
He's flicking through. Oh yeah, there it is.
Alex knows I was on
put it on the wrong side. So very simple, but again, fun question. Dream car.
I like this because he probably knows the answer to that. Right, okay. I'm going to pick 2.
Okay.
I'm going to pick 2. Dream car is a classic Ford Bronco.
Okay.
But joint with my current car.
Okay.
If it was just a slightly better version.
If it just didn't break down as much.
It's only broken down once.
Okay.
But just like, so mine's just kind of like the bog standard Defender 90, but I like the heritage versions, the more kind of retro versions. Right. So yeah, either a heritage Defender or a classic Ford Bronco.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's a shit question for me because I'm not really a car guy.
You're just like, yeah.
So I'm like,
sure.
I'm gonna Google these cars. But that sounds interesting. I don't even know what mine would be. That's a horrible question for me. Sophie, thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No probs.
Honestly, that interview was fantastic. The session was really, really good. Be Modified have been incredible. They've hosted us with the session here in their cafe. The kit in there was phenomenal. My back felt that, my delts felt that. And all in all, a fantastic, fantastic episode. So thank you very much. Sophie Jenkins, everybody. Stay tuned for the full interview and for the session itself. And I will catch you in the next one. Sophie, you're a star. I will see you at the Olympia.
Yes.
I'll be cheering in the crowd.
You actually will. He's going to be there.
Dropping it. Yeah, thank you so much. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Perfect.